Samsung announced the Galaxy Note 10 Lite at the beginning of 2020, and one of the reasons why it's the Lite is because all versions have the Exynos 9810 processor. Now, the Poco X2 has the Snapdragon 730G, and that was also released in 2020. So which one would win at SpeedTest G? Well, let's find out. So we have the Galaxy Note 10 Lite with the Exynos 9810 on the left-hand side. We have the Poco X2 with the Snapdragon 730G on the right-hand side. Both devices are running Android 10 and both devices are running exactly the same screen resolution. So this really is going to be a competition of these two devices when it comes down to their design, to the processor, to the motherboard, to the memory, to the thermals of the devices. Let's see who is going to be able to come out on top. Now, at this point, it looks like it's a slight lead by the Exynos 9810. It was the first into the compression test. We'll see what happens now as we progress. Is this a good sign for the Galaxy Note 10 Lite that it will be able to beat the Poco X2, as both of them now are going through? And as I said, the 16 thread test now started on the left hand side, 16 thread test now started on the right hand side. So this is looking pretty good, but they're going well on the Exynos 9810 there. Look at that, that's certainly faster than what we're finding in the Snapdragon 730G. Yes, there we go, first to complete the 16 thread test, and now into the mixed CPU GPU part of the test as we go into the blur test. And now on the right hand side, the blur test has just started, while the Exynos 9810 in the Galaxy Note 10 Lite has finished the blur test. It's in for the infinite scrolling test, and we'll see in a moment when we come to the smoke particle test whether there's going to be a difference in the particle rate on both of those devices. There we go, so the particle test has started, the smoke particle test started on the Note 10 Lite, and let's see, its frame rate now will appear any moment now. There we go, 14 frames a second. It will be interesting now, this could be a good interesting sign about the 18 frames a second. So a difference there by the Poco X2, a win there in terms of the frame rate as both of them now go into Unity test. And this could really be the difference. We come down to the difference in the Mali GPU and the Adreno GPU in the Snapdragon 730G, and clearly the Poco X2 is overtaken. There we go, it's clearly overtaken. It's way ahead now of the Galaxy Note 10 Lite. It's up to the sky, and it's going to turn left now and then go down to the valley, and now we're suddenly seeing the Galaxy Note 10 Lite go up to the sky. Of course, the Poco X2 is across the water and to the end of the valley, so this is really interesting. The Poco X2 is now into the Unreal test, while the Galaxy Note 10 Lite is still struggling to finish the test there, and it's now going down the pathway on the right hand side, making its flyover through this forest. At this point, I don't think there's any way the Galaxy Note 10 can come back at all at any point. There we go, it's now into the Unreal test, but there's no way it's going to be able to catch the Poco X2. Absolutely no way whatsoever. This really is a surprise win by the Poco X2 here compared to the Galaxy Note 10 Lite. There we go, it's finished. What was that? 2 minutes 34.2 as we now wait for the Galaxy Note 10 Lite to make its way through the rest of this forest to see whether it's going to get there in any reasonable amount of time. The clock is still ticking. This is quite a lead now that really the Poco X2 has had over this device. I really want to see what that final time is going to be. The end is approaching. It's getting there. It seems so far away and yet so close. Is it really going to get there? Come on, any moment now, surely. There we go. 3 minutes, 4 seconds, 0.8. Okay, we really need to break down the CPU, the GPU times to see exactly what happened. So as we saw there, the Poco X2 came in first quite convincingly, 2 minutes 34.2. Over 30 seconds later came in the Galaxy Note 10 Lite, 3 minutes 4.8. Let's have a look at the CPU, GPU. Clearly a CPU win there by the Galaxy Note 10 Lite, 53.4 seconds compared to 59.8 seconds. But then when we get to the mixed CPU, GPU, it's very close, but actually a win by the Poco X2, 34.3 for the Note 10 Lite, 32.1 for the Poco X2. However, when we get to the GPU, absolutely everything changes. 1 minute 37 for the Galaxy Note 10 Lite, which is 1 minute and 2 seconds for the Poco X2. So a big difference there, 35-ish seconds difference. And of course, that's what made up the real difference here in the time. Overall, the Poco X2 won 2 minutes 34.2. My name is Gary Sims, this is SpeedTest G. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you like these kind of videos. That's it. I'll see you in the next one.